Hello, friends. 1144 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. Let us see first what is happening in the southern war zone. In Velika Novosilka, Russians have advanced north of Rozdolny and towards Bogatyr. In western side, they have advanced east and southeast of Shevchenko. In east, Kurakhov-Pokrovsk sectors. Constantinople has been surrounded by three sides by the Russians. Rozliv and Andrivka have already fallen, and their offensive operations also on towards Bogatyr. In western side of Pokrovsk, the fight is on the outskirts of Kotlyarovka. Also, fight is continuing for Troitskoye and Bogdanovka. Towards Dnipropetrovsk direction, Russians advancing from northwest of Uspenovka towards eastern Novosergivka. Their offensive operation is on towards Novo-Alexandrovka and north of Nadezdinka. In eastern side, from Pokrovsk direction, in Alexandro-Kalinovka direction, fight is on towards southwest of Zerzinsky, that is Toretsk side. They also advancing towards Kalinov and Panteleimonovka area, which is under their control, and towards Sukhaya Balka. Fight is on in Tarasovka, Zelenoye Pole and Alexandra Pole, and also towards Staraya Nikolevka. While coming to Toretsk side, it is interesting to note that the Russians have carried out a large-scale offensive on Mirnograd Toretsk axis, which is on almost 6 kilometer front, and have advanced a lot. In Toretsk towards Konstantinovka direction, Russians have breezed through Nelipovka and attacked towards Ivanopol along T0516 road, which is north of Toretsk. Russians, as I have said, have been advancing on 6 to 6.5 kilometer front towards Konstantinovka. They have also advanced northwest of Druzhba, while Russians had been developing offensive operation in East Pokrovsk. It also advanced towards Kalinovo and west of Panteleimonovka, merging with Toretsk front. Now coming to Chasov Yar, Russians have been advancing in central city. However, Ukrainians retook adjacent gas station. Coming to now northeast Ukraine in the Vorikna area, Russians have advanced in southern part of Kamyanka and along Oskil River. Towards Kupyansk direction, Russians have taken over northern Kalisnikivka and have advanced towards Glushkivka. Coming to Kursk, Sumy, Belgorod regions, Russians have advanced on the border regions of Kursk and towards north of Gornal and adjacent Sumy regions. They have full control over Zuravka, which is in Sumy, and advanced towards Vezilovka. Fight is on towards Olesnya, which is en route to Yunakovka. However, it doesn't seem that Russians are planning at this given moment to penetrate deep inside Sumy. Coming to Belgorod, Ukrainians counterattacks continuing towards Popovka, Demidovka, however, no gains. Interdiction missions continuing from both the sides, while Ukrainians drones reached to Rostov, Kursk, Belgorod, Krasnodar. Russians reached to Dnipropetrovsk, Kiev, Kharkov, Odessa, Nikolaev, Chernihiv, Kirovograd, etc. Coming to Middle East, Iran is likely to have direct negotiations with US on nuclear issues. While US Central Command, that is CENTCOM, continues airstrikes in Yemen, and yesterday they hit Sanaa city and adjacent areas. Trump's envoy Witkoff, in the meantime, met Putin. He says 4 eastern regions had to be given to Russia, and they are Kherson, DPR, LPR, and Zaporozhye. In Sudan, Sudanese armed forces have retaken part of White Nile, that is Al Hilbe, and expelled the rebellion so called Rapid Support Forces. In Darfur also, RSF recaptured again Kadade. However, the counterattacks by the rebellions or the terrorist organizations supported by the West is weakening now, and Sudanese armed forces continue liberating their regions one by one. They are also advancing in and around Sudanese capital region, that is Khartoum. Lastly, the tariff or trade war started by the USA is engulfing the world, even though for 90 days Trump has signed suspension against few of those countries which are willing to negotiate with the USA. Nonetheless, China has increased their tariff by 125%. Thank you.